Well, this is weird. I'm not sure how this is working. I'm not sure if this is working at all. Let's see here. Oh, current viewers 3. Hey guys, what's happening? This is, yeah, I've never done this before. All right, so yeah, I don't know if this is working at all. I got one current viewer. Go ahead and minimize this. Bring this back up and put it over. Come on, no, stop it, stop. He doesn't want to play with me today. Stop. There we go. There we go. All right. So what is up, my fellow heathens? This is Heathen Skip. I'm going to go ahead and play Layers of Fear, only because it got me so good the last time. I want to make sure that because this is the first time I've ever um, I've ever done a live stream. So I don't know exactly how this works. I don't know if there's something I'm supposed to be doing, something more I need to do. Man, this is not wanting to play today. How is it? Okay. Also sensitive ability. Now it seems that Plandertum must go for Plandertum. Continue, Plandertum. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is working. You know, if anybody's watching and wants to shoot me a message saying, hey, it's working, hey, it's not, that'd be great. Oh, I didn't mess with. Okay, so does that just look like undead flamingos? I'll bring that there. Convert. Apply. Okay. No? Anyways, what's over here? Dust mice. Even in my lungs. Oh yeah, I remember that. Ooh. Oh, okay. Well, that just went all sorts of wonkadoodle. Interesting. I see you missing pictures. Oh, these are the pictures that I've collected. Okay, obviously I don't. Oh, the letters. Okay, so looks like I'm missing some. Ah, what do we got here? Oh, right. The bits of flesh. Hi. Can you guys read that? First I looked for canvas, not just any canvas. I had to find a knife. Not one of those bread knives. None of those bread ones. It needs to be sharp as a razor so I can use razor in fact. And carefully flayed the skin. Booze helped. Kept my hand steady. So that was one of the last things that I read before I ended up saving and quitting. I was in the kitchen. Oh, there's an elevator. Okay. Now I remember why this game freaked me out so much. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna have to do one thing. Sorry to do this to you guys. But I'm gonna check one thing real quick. Only because I don't, I'm not sure if this is set up to be the same audio. So I just want to make sure that you're actually getting it. Know what I mean? Alrighty. Check. Okay. Okay, yeah, alright. Alright, I'm just being paranoid. I guess there's only up. Do I have to push something else? No? Okay. Oh, I had to. Alrighty. Anybody else think that something's gonna happen here? I'm gonna kind of stay away from the wall. Oh! Creepy figure in the shadows? Gotcha. Yeah, fun times. Oh, I didn't read that, damn it. Okay. Well, let's see which one of these doors is going to mess with me, huh? Alrighty then. They're all going to mess with me. Okay. Oh, hi. Oh, that's not creepy at all. Oh, okay. Key? Key. I has key. I has note. Dear sir. Oh, it's the doctor. The good Dr. William H. Green, MD. Dear sir, while I can certainly understand that you are upset and I have nothing but sympathy for you, or for your wife and yourself, I must categorically state that I do not wish to receive any further correspondence from you in this matter. Any skin graft procedure is extremely complicated and inherently associated with the risk of failure. Having stated that, I assure you that me and my colleagues at St. Anne's have made every effort to ensure a positive outcome for your wife. Personally speaking, I believe we have done the best job possible considering the extent of tissue damage. You are, of course, entitled to your own opinion, and I can certainly understand your disappointment. What I do not understand is how you seem to think writing hateful letters to me or my fellow doctors will... I don't think I've ever read this word before. Ameliorate the situation. You can go ahead and call me stupid in the comments now. I have already stressed, or I have already stated that I can certainly understand you've been under a lot of stress as of late, and thus I will not press charges if you refrain from any further correspondence. Let me make it absolutely clear that I will not tolerate any further threats aimed at my staff, my family, or myself. If you wish to seek psychological help, I can have my assistant provide contact information for several specialists who would be more than competent to help you get through these hard times. With regards and best wishes for you and your wife, William H. Green, MD. Thanks, Dr. Nick. Change again. Oh, goody. Nothing. All right.
Why did you stop? That tune was perfect. Honey, please, just a little longer. At least until I finish painting this one part. Oh, don't make me beg.
Something tells me she was not in the mood to play you a song. Something also tells me that you cut off a nice little chunk of her face. Alrighty. Yep, knew that was going to close behind me. I hear you knocking. I hear you making noises. Oh, that's right, my left ear. Oh, good. Goody gumdrops. I can't go in there. Oh, come on. Come on. Okay, seriously, just... Oh, the frickin'... There we go. Oh. Oh, the room's on fire. The room is on fire. We don't need no water. Let the motherfucker burn. Should I stand over it? What a lovely couple. I always prefer to have my faces scratched out. Alrighty then. Yeah. Oh yeah? That's not weird at all. We'll just go ahead and close that. Baby needs more time to sleep. Didn't want to wake baby too early for nap time. Okay, we're gonna just check one thing real quick here. Just real quick, okay? Sorry for the interruptions here. Because I just want to see what is going on. I just want to see what is going on. Because there's definitely a difference in how I'm perceiving this stream and how you're perceiving this stream. Because I want to see... No, stop that. There we go. Yes. Hello. Alright. Okay, see, I couldn't see any comments or anything like that. But then again, I was trying to watch my version of it compared to what apparently streaming, because apparently what streaming is quite a bit further back than when I was at. Because yeah, it's at 15 minutes and I'm at 18 minutes, so it's like 3 minutes behind. It's so weird. It's so weird. I don't want top chat. I want live chat. Let's do some livey chats. Live chats. Alright. Well, screw it. Let's keep playing. Now that I've taken myself out of the freak out. Giggity, 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 you. Yeah, you close that door on me. Oh, what's in here? More mouse traps. Anything good? No. Scars? No. Ooh, what you use? Warning signs. The following list is a compilation of the most common symptoms of schizophrenia. While typically diagnosed between the ages of 15 to 25, this disorder is known to affect older patients as well. Note that these symptoms are not exclusive to schizophrenia and should by no means be treated as conclusive evidence of this particular affliction. In order to obtain the proper diagnosis, you should contact a qualified specialist, i.e., psychologist or psychotherapist or psychiatrist, psychotherapist. Giggity, 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 goo. Blank expression. Stares off into space. Involuntary facial movements. Insomnia. I haven't slept in days. Unusual gestures or postures. Unable to experience joy from activities. Well, I am playing a video game, but currently I'm freaked the fuck out. So that's a thing. Awkward, clumsy movement. My day to day. You moved on me a little bit. Rude. Prone to anger, resentment. More passive aggressive. How dare you move on me? How dare you? Lack of motivation. I don't want to play. Suicidal tendencies. Paranoia, paranoia, everybody's coming to get me. You say you never met me. Yeah, fucking rat. Is there a hidden note in this wall? Nope. Come on, open. No on the books. No on the books. That is locked. Do. How about you? Can I open you? Oh, more books. More books. Look at all these books. Lovely books. Lovely booky books. Lovely booky books. Oh. Oh dear. I'm sorry. Uh-uh. 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 Nope. 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 I am not in the mood to play with a bust of Margaret Thatcher. Okay. Okay. My guy is like really sensitive all of a sudden. Like, am I drunk? I mean, I know I am in real life, but But is my character drunk? Or did I just have these settings on Walkadoo? Hello, settings. Why you all Walkadoo? Something clicked. We're gonna go ahead and close that. Oh dear? No? 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 Alright. Looks like we're talking to Margaret Thatcher here. No? Nothing? Nada? Okay. The hell? Dick move! God damn! Talk about lulling you into a false sense of security. Holy crap! Yeah, screw you. Yippee. Alright. Come on. Get the first one. There you go. Not. Third one. Nada. To starter. Yeah. Ah. Yeah. Yes. I have no reflection. That's not moving at all. Alrighty. Undone. It cannot be undone. It cannot. Okay, am I? Can I walk through this? Oh god. Oh, look at that. Holy crap. The fuck. Okay. Okay. This isn't scary. Not at all. Fluffy? Scruffy? Skippy? Puppers? Doggo? Oh. Yeah? Oh no, not the doggos! Okay. You can kill humans. You can kill rats. You can kill flamingos for all I care. But not the doggos. Stop it with the doggos. Poor doggos. Poor doges. Come on, let me whisper in your ear. It's free real estate. Oh, a wheelie chair. You want this as well? Something tells me I went on a drunken rampage and killed a bunch of people, mostly my family. After disfiguring my wife. Methinks. Oh, yes! Okay, so some people don't know this, but I worked at a haunted house for about 10 years. Shit never weirded me out. Never scared me. Never freaked me out. The fact that this is getting me is actually kind of a thing. Kudos to this game. Can't wait to play the new one. Yeah, we'll leave that wheelchair of Satan in that room. You gonna be locked? Yeah. You gonna be locked? Yeah. And then I get a notification. I'm not seeing it on here, so that's kind of good. 1 cup of this tonight will burn belly fat like crazy, apparently. I'm getting ads. So if you see that, that's where you're going to look. Okay, is it going to go away? Hopefully it goes away. It's really annoying. Hold on a second. I'm going to see if I can get rid of this. Because this is seriously going to annoy me. There we go. Now we're back. Ooh. Okay. Alright, I did a thing. Yeah, I did a thing. Alrighty. Oh, this way now. Oh! Hello, Satan! I can't move backwards any further. Literally, that's as far back as I can go. I'm gonna have to turn around, aren't I? Oh, it's just a little version of that picture. That's not that scary, right? Right? And then when I turn back, it's just gonna be gone? Oh, that was a big ass rat. That looks like a melted wheelchair. Oh, hello. Was not expecting you to open. Oh, oh shit. Was not expecting you to open. Okay then. Choose your own adventure at this point? Or... okay. Do I follow rat? Oh, what? Oh, what? Oh, what? Let's try this again. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely gotta choose one of these. Alright, let's follow Ratatouille. No, I'm not scared. Not in the least. This ain't fucking with me at all. Sorry for the profanities. I really am. But it's... Oh! Candles come back on now, please? All candles come on now, please? No one's home. Nope. Nobody's home. Nobody's here but those penguins! Does that mean I can go now? Oh, lovely. Yep, just let your wife stand while you sit. Rude ass dick. Come on. There we go. Oh. Lovely little paint trail. Should I follow it? Oh. Oh, that's very bendy in the ink machine. I have a feeling that... Well, this came out before bendy. Okay. Been here before. Kind of know what this is all about. Oh. Oh, yeah? Well, we'll just go ahead and let you have your conversation in peace. Didn't mean to be so rude. Okay, that was... Oh, achievement unlocked. Inspired OCD. Prosthetic leg. Why the damn leg? Oh! Oh, that changed.
I needed a jar and a plastic tubing. I siphoned gas before. I knew how it was done. I stuck the tube in a vein and sucked on it until blood filled my mouth. Then put the tube in the jar and it just kept coming. A taste of copper haunted me the entire night.
Yeah, that'll do her.
Didn't I think of a syringe?
Duh! Well, this room has drastically changed. Drastically and severely. Alrighty then. Yep, you're still talking. Oh, can I not go out that way anymore? Well, golly gosh darn. Maybe I'll just take a nap. No? No naps? No, we're just gonna... No, can't go through the wardrobe? Okay. Come on.
Dumpling all around, dumpling all around, dumpling all around, so funny.
Okay, well, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here now that I don't know how I figured that out, but I did. Oh! Looky, looky. Back at the canvas. Here we go. Room's changing a little bit. Oh, okay. Take a step back. What do you guys see? Not seeing much. Holy crap. Well, I am hoping that the game's saved there. I'm going to go ahead and leave this live stream here. I know it's kind of a shorter live stream. It's only about 40 minutes, 41 minutes. Only one person seemed to be watching. That's fine. I don't care. It was on a whim. It was a test run thing. I have no idea what the heck I was doing. I've never done a live stream before. I didn't really set anything up. I kind of just went live. There was no notifications to be had, and this is really freaking with my ears. And there we go. So yes, very scary game. Game. Very scary. Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys liked it, go ahead and give us a like. If you don't like it, give it a dislike. Let me know what you think. If you don't ever want me to go live again, we'll never go live again. If you want me to just figure it out, I'll figure it out. Yeah, so thank you. Again, this is Heathen Skip saying, just remember, if you can't be good, just don't get caught. Later.